So here we are, launch day of F1 22. I have to come online and race with you guys. It's been far too long. Away we go for a cheeky little race here at Imola. And straight away, oh, there's a little accident there. We nearly got through. Accidents happen, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Oh, penalty, that's okay. We haven't lost too much time, we'll just crack on. 4 wide, down the straight as we head down into turn 1. See if we can make up a few. Oh, no, we're gone again. That one was my bad. I shouldn't have went for that gap. That's silly me. We'll press on again. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, no, we've been taken out again. This game. What is up, guys? And welcome to the annual carnage. That is launch day, launch week of a new Formula 1 game. We now have the Drive to Survive noobs joining us for what potentially might be their first F1 game. And hell, even the seasoned veterans get caught out with the new handling model. So I'm expecting nothing less than absolute carnage in this video. So this is going to be good. This is going to be interesting to see how you guys react to the F1 game for the first time. I've logged nearly 50 hours on this. Oh, here we go. First race. This is my first online race. And I decided to be, well, a little bit cheeky and park up in the hopes that I would ghost and let everyone go through and I'd overtake people. But that was not how the race played out. I certainly humbled myself in this race. Like I said, I got 50 hours on this game and I'm rubbish, it seems. So that was not a good race. We had far too many incidents, far too many spins for my liking. That outside curbing at turn 2 of Australia is deadly, it seems. P5 still after all that in that race. We now move on to Imola. And, well, we know what's going to happen here. But, yeah, in that last race in Australia, I think I ran the ride height too low, and that was the cause of the issue. I don't think I'm going anywhere near low ride height again after that traumatic experience. But, well, speaking of traumatic experiences, we're going to have another one here. 5 red lights, and we are underway for a very clean and definitely not chaotic race here at Imola. I've never seen a bigger crash in my life. That has resulted in no one getting KO'd in this race. Arav was the host of this lobby, by the way. It looks like damage is off. And, well, people should just learn their lesson after the first crash, to be honest. We've been involved in 2 crashes. Make that 3 crashes. And we've only just got to turn 1. 6 seconds worth of penalties. Both of those penalties I was a complete passenger for, so it seems on F1... Oh, we've been given a safety car, a supercar token for that. So I was obviously doing something right. But yeah, if you want to get a penalty, just be the victim in crashes. That seems to be the way to go. Anyway, 17th place. 17th place in a 5-lap race. Let's see if we can dig ourselves out of trouble. Well, I'm not doing myself any favors with that moment right there. We catch up to someone. We're back in civilization again. Sharon Needles. Oh, that's my bad. No, they're warning. So, lesson learned. If you want to avoid penalties, take people out. If you want to get penalties, drive cleanly. That's the moral of the story on F1 22. It's absolutely beautiful. 2 laps to go, and our hopes of getting points are precisely in the bin at this point. But we're going to go full send to see if we can get some places back. People are struggling very much with the new handling model, the new cars, with laying down the power. I don't know if you guys are assist runners. You'll have to let me know. Can you, like, spin out with traction control on? Well, you'd hope not. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be doing its job, would it? Anyway, last lap of the Grand Prix. Destroyer lives up to his name there, and we find the gap very nicely to get up into P12. We're catching up to the man, the myth, the legend, Arava TV, up in P10. He's got a penalty of his own, and I do fancy getting the position on these guys. We're lapping 2 or 3 seconds, maybe more, a lap faster than some of the people around here, especially with their mistakes as well. So let's see if we can make something happen for us. Approaching the middle sector, we've basically got no ERS left but that's not going to stop us from going full send into this double right-hander. We go round the outside of that default skin guy like he's not even moving, and Arab defending, well, clean air there, and we go clean around the outside into the chicane to move ourselves up into the top 10 on track. But now we've got to hold on to it and hope the penalties don't bite us in the arse here as Arab fights back with some ERS up the inside into the last two corners. Arab with a big lockup. Lots of space being left here, to be fair. Arab is not known for his courteous real estate giving there. And we're going to finish P9 on circuit. We give him a wave as we cross the line because we are waving goodbye to any chance of points we had in this race. Thank you, Codemasters. Or shall I say thank you to our new overlords at EA for that one. 6 seconds penalty for getting hit. I was sideways. I was a passenger at turn 1 and I got a penalty for getting hit into the gravel. Make it make sense. Anyway, we're moving on to the Belgian Grand Prix. I'm having a lot of fun, by the way. I actually am. Something is really weird about me because I enjoy the carnage that is online races every so often. If you guys want to get involved, follow me on Twitter and also Twitch. I want to do some open lobby streams of my own where you guys can get involved and we can just continue the madness, really. Away we go for a 1v1 between myself and Arab off the front row of the grid. Being at the front at Spa is not a place you want to be. One, you can get taken out of turn 1, which we managed to avoid. But 2, if you make it through turn 1, then you're public enemy number 1 going up the Camel Straight with slipstream and, well, no DRS, but we've set up the car to be quite slippery in a straight line. We're not using any ERS here. We're going to see if Arab deletes his battery in an effort to get ahead, and I was expecting or anticipating a classic Arab dive bomb into there, so I broke early in the hopes he'd just go straight on. He didn't do that, so we ended up giving him the position, and Arab, again, defending clean air, which invites us into the lead of the Grand Prix once again, side by side through here. This is a Maya Driver episode, if ever I've seen one. Putting on a good show for the fans here. Josh M has got the best seat in the house, seeing us two giants. I don't know why I said that. Of the F1 community, side by side through Blanchimont, and well, he's just bought himself a ticket to the best seat in the house. 5/10 is the difference between us two. I'm still not using any ERS here. I want to save it for the back end of this race. I want to see what these guys have in the locker. That's a fast lap of the race for us. Unfortunately for Arab, Josh enjoyed getting involved on this lap, and they started squabbling, which allowed me to get away and set a cheeky fastest lap of the race. And then unfortunately here at turn 1, classic YouTube thing, my brake pedal wasn't calibrated, so I went straight on at turn 1. So I lost a bunch of time there. Lucky enough to get some floor damage over that massive sausage curb. It is a thing when you got damage on. We get away with it this time, and Arab is in the slipstream and DRS once again. It might even be 3 wide as we head down into the Laycombe chicane. Josh M has got a low downforce setup as well and uses a lot of his battery. Gets up the inside of Arab into that corner. Thankfully, we're able to hold on to our position. Well, and our car at that point, because that could have been game over if he broke even later than what he did. But we got the lead of the race once again. And unfortunately, we lost all power. We lost all drive, unfortunately, just for a few seconds. But I think we're okay again. Oh, Arab's in the barrier. And we're back underway with this race with Josh M all over our gearbox as we head on to the penultimate lap of the race. We're leaving the inside open for Josh because we want him to actually take the position. We want him to have the lead here because we're going to try and further solidify our position in this race. This is 2000 IQ strats here. We're going to get DRS up this Camel Straight. Camel Straight? Hanger Straight? Camel Straight. And this is going to be all in an attempt for a fastest lap, but Josh M blocks us off. And we lose all the momentum we would have gained with DRS. And unfortunately, that might be the fastest lap attempt in the bin. We'll see, though, as we come across the line here, out of the last corner. Good drive. Josh M has an Arava-style moment out of there. And that is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I think we can pack up shop now and count our chickens. We're heading straight to the scene of another crime with Arab having a gearbox issue of his own. So Arab is on our case once again, and this is, I suppose, a de facto fight for the win as Arab tries to go around the outside. I'm not sure if he's got DRS or not, but he is putting in a good fight using all his battery, going around the outside into the Lake chicane. Very nice move. I decided to play it tactically there. I don't want to lose the lead of the race, clattering into the side of Arab when we've got a 3-second lead. We'll sit behind him for now, and maybe we'll do... Do you guys know who Into the Barrier is? We're going to do an Into the Barrier, under pressure. See if we can nab him on the last corner or something. Or maybe he'll make a mistake. Again, Arab defending fresh air. No, he comes back to the inside line to retake the racing line. Runs out a little bit wide there. That's going to cost him a few tenths. And puts him under pressure. Again, Arab defending fresh air. He's been watching a lot of Valtteri Bottas tutorial videos. And, well, that's us back into track position. Maybe that was tactical from Arab. Maybe he wants the slipstream. Heading up this final back straight for a dive bomb into the bus stop chicane. Are we going to see biblical scenes up here? Arab with the slipstream and using all the ERS. We're saving ours for the final run out of this kink. As we go side by side, somehow we've survived. Fighting side by side with Arab for the majority of this race. He goes right around the outside, absolutely cooking his brakes. We're trying to go for the cutback to go underneath, but he parks it on the apex quite nicely, and we take the victory here in Spa. Oh, that was stress.
We did it! We did it!
Stress indeed. A fight, a battle with Arab is never straightforward. Usually, it ends...
Sure, I understand.
Yeah. No one understands how we managed to get through that cleanly, because it usually ends with one of us in a barrier. But we survived. Who would have guessed it? We won a race on F1 22. It's going to take a while for us to win a race in career mode. So we'll savor these while we can. That is the first one on the books for my record books. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:45 in the end. So that was actually decently fast. So I'll definitely take that. Where did I? Oh, you ended up in 19th place. That was a big yikes. There are some pretty fast people in here, but it's very difficult to kind of flesh out those battles when there's a lot of crashes going on. The field can get spread very. What pronunciation is that? Very quickly. We move on to Brazil now, and really this multiplayer session was just a test bed for setups and getting a feeler for different tracks for the first time. So this was really cool to give this a go. Run away this time around, and it's an okay start. Some people had some absolute flyers. We did okay. Usual carnage at turn 1, as you come to expect. Kajitan with what looks like a very similar livery to Arab, so I got very confused out there. I just left him a lot of space at times. Arab is behind us in P8, but let's see if we can get the measure on this guy. Oh, there's a big loss of the back end. One of those guys, and we managed to sneak underneath just about and into P4. That Kajitan guy was actually really fast. He was leading the virtual championship we were having here. That's a nice line into that right-hander. I'm going to have to take some notes, though I hope that my team sponsor isn't watching my online races, otherwise I'll never see a payday again. Zach Cronin, proud of the corner cuts. Don't know how that's not a penalty. We're running on regular corner cutting. Again, these is Arab settings. These are not particularly the settings that I would run. So it encourages some very flexible, easygoing behavior on track, let's say. But it's providing the goods anyway as we head to the wow, what was that? Shall I start again? No, well, I'll just keep going. We're into P3. Thankfully, I can kind of drive sometimes. I can't talk. I don't know how I have a YouTube channel, but hey ho, here we are. P3 in the slipstream is Zach Cronin. Is he going to break out the corner cuts? No, he's going to do the classic dive bomb move into turn 4, which gives us the scenic route around the outside of turn 4. That was lovely. Thank you for putting me out there. Just about holding on. I can't hit an apex to save my life here. Again, into this right-hander. Another audacious lunge from Zach Cronin. This guy's definitely been watching a lot of Araba TV career mode videos. Will he go for it again? Of course he will. and we will continue to cut him off. There's not much I can do when he dives at the last second. But we survive. We both are going in a straight line. We got a couple default skins up the road. And even with all our battling with Zach, we're actually able to still catch up to this next group of cars, which is cool to see. We've got a decent amount of battery to use. Oh, that's unfortunate contact for Ben Meekins there. And that puts us up in a P2 with Sims now isolated in the lead of the Grand Prix. We're going to have DRS here, but we're not going to use our battery. We're going to consolidate our position for now, yet let him use his battery and then punch it at a time where he's least expecting it. Like now, he might not have any battery, so we're going full send around the outside and into the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Thank you very much. There's not a lot we can do with fuel mixes, etc. to get the better of people, so you got to catch people out with ERS strategies and saving it for interesting times. Anyway, I noticed Arab was in P5, so my car was stuck in third gear for a while, and then Arab mysteriously dropped outside of the top 5, and my car started working again. So that was really weird. Hopefully, Codemasters can have a look at that. But we pressed on, and we won the race without any further reliability issues for our car. So that was very fortunate on our end. Only winning by 0.2, so it was very close. Sims was very, very consistent in that race. Kept keeping us really honest there. We nearly lost that one. We move on now to, is this the final race of the video? I think it might be. Away we go for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Can people drive this circuit well? Not sure, because everyone's doing their best Max Verstappen impression into turns 1 and 2. Very, very proud there. A couple of penalties up and down the field. Kajitan being one of them. 3 wide into that left-hander. That was very lucky for all involved to get through there unscathed. Can we sneak a move up the inside? If someone stuffs up their momentum, stuffs up their run, it's very easy to get a nose alongside. But fair play to them. They managed to keep their noses clean, at least in the opening stage of this race, into this long left-hander, which is very satisfying to drive, especially when you get the outside tires right up against the wall on the right-hand side. We try to go around the outside, but we get a little bit of a squeeze, and we somehow get an illegal overtake done cleanly without getting a penalty. But then Karma rears its ugly head, and Kajitan gets his spot that he should have had in the first place. So that's fair enough. We move on to lap 2, and we're catching up to the battle that involves Arav here. We've got a nose up the inside of Kajitan here. We're trying to do the under and over, and we do make it work. He runs wide just a fraction, and that's all the invite we need to get up the inside and into the top 6. Arava TV making moves around the outside of Seri Williams there. That was a lovely move. And now here, I'm finally going to get the battle that I've been after with Arav, until I absolutely bottle it on the curb. These ground effect cars, man, they are so easy to bin. Sometimes you can run over those curbs and it's okay. Other times, not so much. So it's going to take a while for me to iron out these areas and really nail down what setups I can use that allow me to ride the curbs, or maybe I just need to do a lot of practice and distinguish which curbs I can use and which ones I can't. I can use that one back there, because Etan has a... No, that's Kitson. Different default skin guy. Has a little spin there, and that was the race. That was the race. Arab's up in P3. He's the black dot heading through the last corner now, and he has a little bit of a moment. He has a bit of a whoopsie out of this last corner, and that provides me with a golden opportunity to have a drag race with him up to the line. We are going to get P4, but Arab giving us the big squeeze. No, we've been spun out, and Arab gets P4. Oh, I can't believe it. Arab with the last laugh here in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and beats us by 2 seconds in the end there. I was absolutely fuming, but at the same time, I've never laughed so much crossing the line when I've been taken out. So, Arav, I'm going to remember that one, and I'm coming for revenge sooner than you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Day 1 open lobbies. It's chaos.